one. So, Javi, tell me about when you first got started, and then I'll come back to my nonsense. And so, what are some of what are your first job? What was, because I'll tell you about mine after you tell me yours. But what was your first job like?
My first job, again, it was in carpet cleaning. It was well, I'll tell you how it all happened. So I had a good friend of mine who just happened to, he kind of was a wheel and deal type guy. And he had a friend of his that worked at a bank. And his friend called him up one day and said, "Hey, I've got 2 carpet cleaning machines that are sitting right here at the bank that we repoed. Would you be interested in them?" So my buddy looks over at me and he goes, "Hey, what about getting a couple of these portable carpet cleaning machines? I can pick them up cheap and we can go ahead and start a carpet cleaning company." Well, I said, I don't know anything about that. What do we do? So we go pick up the machines. We print up some flyers. We go hand them out here and there. And we did 2 jobs. And they were for friends, and didn't know what we were doing. We had called around, and someone had told us where the plug went and where the hose went and what you were supposed to do with the wand. And we went out and made a couple of attempts. Well, after those 2 jobs that we did, we kind of figured out this isn't for us. Why don't we just go ahead and sell the equipment? Well, so I loaded up the 2 machines, put them in the bed of my truck, drove them to a gentleman that was advertising carpet cleaning in one of the shopper's guides, and pulled up in front of his shop and showed him the machines. And he came out and said, why would you want to sell these 2 machines and you've got a truck? I said, we've made an attempt to go out and clean, and it's just not working. We don't have a clue what we're doing. And he said, "Well, I've got a better offer for you." He said, "I'll buy one of the machines, and then why don't you come to work for me as a subcontractor, and I'll teach you everything you need to know and put you to work." And so I said, "Well, I don't have a job as we're speaking. I'm going to school. I was going to a junior college." And he said, "Yeah, just come work. Meet me here tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. I showed up there the next day. We went out to a vacant house, and he said, "Okay, I'm going to walk you through the step by step." And that was the start of a long life career. And you know what? It worked. And I was with him for 2 years, and then he moved me into management. And I started, that's when I decided, hey, I've got to get a little bit more education. And he actually paid for my very first IICRC carpet cleaning course. And that was done over at Dalworth Carpet Cleaning. And had a great conversation with Dalworth Carpet Cleaning, and ended up going to work for Dalworth Carpet Cleaning as a carpet repair and commercial carpet cleaning manager. And it kind of just took off from there. That's how it started anyway.
No, that's awesome, brother. And